In life, we often think that the strong always win. When we see weak people, we immediately decide that they can't do anything. We believe that power, fear, and force are everything, and that wisdom, patience, and understanding don't matter. But sometimes, life shows us a scene that changes all our thinking. Sometimes a small step stops a big storm, and sometimes a weak being defeats the most powerful one. Today's story will teach us that real strength is not in the body, but in the mind. Let's listen to the story of a cruel lion and a small but wise rabbit. Once upon a time, in a faraway place, there was a dense, green, and beautiful forest. The trees were so tall that sunlight barely reached the ground. The chirping of birds, the sound of flowing water, and the free life of animals made this forest feel like paradise. But a shadow of fear had fallen over this paradise. In this forest lived a powerful lion. He was not only strong, but also extremely cruel and greedy. He called himself the king of the forest and considered every animal his subject. He had issued a strict rule. Every day, one animal must come to be my food, or I will kill everyone. Hearing this, the whole forest trembled. Innocent deer, mischievous monkeys, gentle elephants, tiny rabbits, all their hearts were filled with fear. But no one dared to refuse the lion because of his strength. So, every day, one animal would go crying toward the lion's cave and never return. Days passed. Fear grew. The forest's happiness began to disappear. One day, all the animals secretly gathered in one place. The atmosphere was sad. The deer said, "If we do nothing, we will all be finished." The monkey said, "But what can we do? He is the strongest of all." The elephant sighed, "Not with strength. Maybe we can do something with wisdom." After much discussion, they decided that every day a different animal would go to the lion, so that the others could live in peace for a few days. But deep down, they all knew this was not a permanent solution. A few days later, it was the rabbits' turn. The tiny rabbits were trembling with fear. Tears were in their eyes. They knew they could not compete with the lion. Then their elders made a decision. The wisest of all of us is the old rabbit. He will go. The old rabbit was weak, but his eyes sparkled with the light of wisdom. He smiled and said, "I will go, but not empty-handed. I will go with a plan. Wait for me." Meanwhile, the lion sat in his cave, hungry. The sun began to set, but today's prey had not come. He roared in anger, "If no one comes today, I will destroy the whole forest." At that moment, the old rabbit slowly walked toward him. The lion became furious. "Why are you so late?" The rabbit did not fear or panic. He politely said, "O great king of the forest, it is not my fault. 5 of us rabbits were coming to serve you, but on the way, another lion stopped us." The lion's eyes turned red with anger. "Another lion? In my forest?" The rabbit said, "Yes, your majesty." He said he is the real king. He ate the other rabbits. I barely escaped to come and tell you. Hearing this, the lion roared, "Take me to that insolent one immediately." The rabbit bowed his head and said, "Yes, your majesty, follow me." The rabbit took the lion to an old, deep well in the middle of the forest. "Sir, that lion lives in this cave. Look inside. He must be waiting for you." The lion angrily peered into the well. He saw his own reflection in the water, but his anger had clouded his mind. He thought the other lion was really staring at him. He roared loudly, and the roar from the well echoed like another lion's roar. Now, he could not control himself. "I will finish him right now." Without thinking, he jumped into the well. But it was very deep. The walls were slippery. The more the lion tried to get out, the more he slipped down. And finally, he drowned. The old rabbit quickly returned. When he told the whole story, the forest echoed with joy. Birds flew, monkeys jumped, deer danced. For the first time, everyone took a peaceful breath. A small, weak rabbit did what even the powerful animal could not do. This story teaches us that, in life, strength alone is not everything. Wisdom and understanding are the greatest powers. Just as the little rabbit defeated the strong lion with cleverness, wisdom can solve big problems in life. It is very important to stay calm and patient in difficult situations, because panic reduces the ability to think. Not every problem needs to be solved with force. Sometimes a good strategy changes everything. This story also teaches us not to underestimate anyone by their appearance, strength, or outward condition. Often, the quietest or weakest looking person is the most intelligent and capable. Learn to think before you act. Rushing and anger cause harm, while wisdom and planning bring success. Summary: wisdom, patience, strategy, and thoughtful action. This is the real power. And in life, the wise always win. If you liked this